This is Lamborghini's best-selling vehicle ever. Over 32,000 units have been sold globally. It is the Lamborghini Urus SE. 80% of the owners that buy an Urus are new to the brand. But what is new about this? Let's take a deep dive into this car. The Urus is based on the MQB platform, which is shared across multiple brands in the Volkswagen portfolio. This is the Urus SE. Looks similar to all the previous ones that we have driven. The basic Urus, the Urus S, the Urus Performante, and all those three, right? What's new about it? Well, the biggest difference is the twin-turbo V8 hybrid powertrain, which is unique to this particular car. Yes, there is a hybrid powertrain in the Bentley Continental GT, but that is a complete different unit. And yes, Lamborghini has also made another V12 hybrid powertrain in the Revuelto, which we have driven and genuinely enjoyed. But a twin-turbo V8 hybrid powertrain, is that Lambo enough? Does that do justice to its predecessors, to the history of this car? Because we have loved every single version of the twin-turbo V8s that we have driven before this. And I'm just wondering, will it live up to my expectations? Can it live up to my expectations is probably the right question to ask. Well, we will find out shortly. But what about the looks? Can you make out the difference? Well, if you cannot, let me take you into a deep dive of how this car has changed. The Urus SE, being a facelifted car, has a few design changes and tweaks. Let me show them to you. Well, first of all, the entire bonnet is flat or has become flatter and more aerodynamic. It gets a new bumper over here and a floating bonnet design language. The biggest difference in identifying the car, which makes it unique or easy for you, are the new headlights. Now, these air intakes over here, they have become bigger as well. They increase airflow to the engine by 15% and increase brake cooling by 30%. Moving on to the side, there's not much of a difference technically because it's still the same. The entire side silhouette is the same of the car. You can spec the car with either 21, 22 or 23-inch rims as you want, multiple shapes and color options. Obviously, you can paint the car to whatever you desire. Now, time to show you the rear. On the rear, it gets a roof spoiler, a ducktail spoiler, and a brand new rear diffuser. Increases downforce by 35%. It gets quad exhaust, and if you want to throw money at it, you can upgrade it to an Acropovich exhaust system. Now, it gets the new tail light systems over here. You can see that looks pretty cool. It's jutting out and three-dimensional. It gets the octagonal design language from other Lamborghinis, which are there in previous cars. And this beat is apparently inspired by a Gallardo. I don't see it, but do you? But anyways, enough about the looks. We all know this looks like a Lamborghini Urus. Time to take it for a drive. We're on the inside of the Lamborghini Urus SE and it's time to drive this car. Now, it's weird seeing an EV mode in this car. It was weird seeing it on the Revuelto as well. But here, EV is not about actual electric driving. It's all about performance. So move it to Corsa and off we go. And instantaneously, the twin-turbo V8 comes to life. It gets help from the electric motor and both together produce 790 horsepower. 190 horsepower come from the electric motor and 610 come from the twin-turbo V8. All of this gets mated to an 8-speed gearbox to make sure you get power at any given point of time. The entire powertrain puts out 950 Newton meters of torque. That is a lot. Now, just to give you an example, the regular Urus up to 1000 RPM would give out 350 Newton meters of torque, whereas this gives you 950 Newton meters at any given point of time, thanks to the electric motor and hybridification. It also gets carbon ceramic brakes to make sure you stop properly in any given situation. And it definitely puts a smile on my face. Now, the Urus SE does 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds and 0 to 200 in 11.2 seconds. Now, the Performante, the Urus Performante is faster than the Urus SE by 1/10 of a second up to 100 kilometers per hour. But up to 200, this is faster. By the way, this is even the fastest Urus ever built. So it crosses the 300 kilometer per hour mark very easily. It's just not about these raw numbers in the Urus SE. Yes, the hybrid powertrain is a big deal when it comes to hardware changes, but there's more to it. It gets rear wheel steer. It gets a new multi-plate clutch system, which basically lets you send more power to the rear wheels at any given point of time, making sure if you want, you can drift or slide this car around bends. Well, I don't have the guts to do it.
A few moments later.
But I can tell you that the rear wheel steer, the electronic slip differential, the multi-plate clutch system, and the 48-volt active anti-roll stabilization system make sure this car keeps you on your toes when you want to drive it hard. So it's a proper performance-oriented SUV and will probably give every other performance SUV a run for its money or for their money. But the Urus is not about performance. It's actually all about comfort. So we move it back to Strada mode and then drive up comfortably, because as you can see, I'm surrounded by plush interiors and a very comfortable driving seat or driving setup. Not much has changed on the interiors of the Lamborghini Urus SE. One thing that remains the same that we all love is the fighter jet style start-stop button over here. Now, what has changed is it gets this brand new 12.3-inch touchscreen, which is more responsive and gets new updated graphics. Even the front digital display is a 12.3-inch display and gets new updated telemetry system, which can make you record your lap times. It also gets the updated hybrid features that are visible on the screen. And in usual Lamborghini fare, you get the Bang & Olufsen audio system, you get carbon fiber, you get beautiful seats, heated ventilated seats, brilliant stitching, Alcantara, and so on and so forth. On the seating side, you can spec the Urus SE as a 4-seater or 5-seater depending on your preference. And it gets the new Tambura system as well, which is right over here. Having seen how the Urus SE is as a performance car, it's now time to see what all of these other knobs, button switches and driving modes do. So first of all, you have the Tambura over here. On the left hand side, you have the Anima control system. It gets the regular Lambo driving modes, which are Strada, which is straight, Sport is sport, and Corsa, which is race. And then it gets 3 more additional off-roading modes for snow, gravel and sand. Obviously it's in Italian, so mind me or bear with me for saying it in English. And then you have the second Tambura, which is on the right hand side, which takes care of your hybrid driving. So the first is hybrid, the second is to charge your battery, and the third mode is for complete EV driving. Since we are talking about hybrid and electrification, let's get into fuel efficiency as well, because the hybrid mode on the Urus SE gives you 56 kilometers per liter of fuel efficiency, which is pretty astounding for a Lamborghini. And then you have a full EV mode where you can drive the car in pin drop silence for up to or between 40 to 50 kilometers. You can also use the petrol engine to charge the battery if it's dead, and you can charge it up to 80% of the battery's capacity. Mind you, it's not the most fuel efficient way of using your petrol, but if you want to do that, it can be done. But you're still better off connecting your car into an electric wall socket. So what kind of impression did the Urus SE make on me? Well, it's definitely fast, it handles well, it turns in well, it looks good, but it's calmer than before. It looks calmer than before, drives calmer than before, and has lost that sense of aggression that I would want from a Lamborghini. But put me aside, most owners, like I said, are 80% new owners, and they aren't in for that aggressive driving. They want a comfortable, very cool looking car, which is exactly what the Urus is. It's super cool looking, it grabs attention everywhere, it is fast, it is loud, and it will do the job of doing your school run or going to the shopping mall. Well, how much is it priced at? Well, that depends on where you are. We are in the UAE, so here it's priced at anywhere between 1.5 to 1.8 million dirhams, depending on how you spec it. That's roughly around $400,000. Lot of car for your money? Yes. Did it make an impression on us? Yes. So thank you for watching the Cornea impression. Make sure you click that bell icon, like, comment and share, subscribe, and let us know what you think of the Lamborghini Urus SE. See you guys in the next one.